Hi, I'm Marie Elizabeth Molly, and this is Relationship Alchemy. And today we're going to talk about being on the same team in your relationship. Now, I've invited Patrick, my partner, Patrick Price, onto this solo episode today because being on the same team is something that we've really co-evolved in our relationship as a team. So I really wanted to bring him to you today to talk about it.
Cool.
Yeah. So with our couples coach, we were working with a couples coach in 2018 who introduced this idea to us because I didn't have a default sense of us being on the same team in our relationship. And I think many people don't. I just didn't grow up with the belief that the baseline is same team. And what would happen for me was we would start to disagree about something and I would try to fight to the death to win, and I would fight really hard to be heard, which was kind of bewildering to you, right?
Yeah. What's happening?
Why are we fighting right now?
I don't understand.
So, and this is something actually that's still, even to this day, the spot I think where we encounter this the most is if there's something technical and you start trying to help with it, I often interpret that as he thinks I'm dumb. Like he thinks I'm dumb and can't do technical things. And I'm actually quite capable, although he's way more capable at tech stuff than me.
We are a tech savvy couple.
We are a tech savvy couple. And somehow there's a piece of me that wants to make up a story that he thinks I'm dumb when it comes to tech. So
I do not think that.
Right. So very often if we start to have a disagreement or I start to get testy around something, he will say,
we're on the same team here.
Which is always a great reminder because in that moment, I forgot that. And so I want to scroll back for a sec to when we first learned this and we started implementing this into, conflicts, disagreements, moments where that felt tense.
Yeah. It was a great shorthand.
Yeah. Say more about the shorthand.
It's just not only a shorthand, but just a frame of reference. It kind of reminds me of from that confusion place of what's going on, what's happening here, and there's a disagreement about there's lack of clarity around the fact that we're on the same team. That can lead to this stickiness. And
sometimes that's the thing that shifts the energy more than coming to an agreement about whatever it was we were talking about,
sure.
Right?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And so when Alexandra, our couples coach, was Alexandra Stockwell in 2018, when she first taught us this idea of coming from a baseline, that's the radical stance. No matter the experience we're currently having with each other, the radical stance is to remember that we are on the same team. What did that begin to do for your communications toward me when you began to take that on?
I think the biggest thing is just, it's a level of understanding of what was happening in that moment. Because before I thought I was doing something wrong. I'm wait, what am I doing wrong here? So I'm trying to it just shifted what actions I would take or the things I would say. Because if I'm operating from a baseline of, oh, what am I doing wrong? I'm missing the entire point. It was never going to work. But from that standpoint, I can take a step back and then it gives me just a little bit of perspective and space to be able to see what was happening.
Mm. So what I'm hearing, did it help make you less defensive?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's one of my default go-tos when I feel stressed. Is well, this is why I did this, and I go into explaining, and it just doesn't feel good to you in the moment, especially where you don't feel like we're teammates. It's it doesn't matter what I'm saying. I need to, it was there was a I don't know, it just doesn't. It just gave me a framework to work inside of that, and it also could just also pivot us off of the argument in a way that felt smooth without being dismissive.
Oh, I love that. pivoting us off of the argument in a way that felt smooth without being dismissive. Right, because when we're arguing and if there's an attempt to pivot in a way that feels like it's dismissive, that just makes the argument get stronger.
Oh yeah.
More intense. Totally. So
and also there's
what else?
And also there's a spot where it's like we don't actually have to be in competition. There's
say more about that.
Like there's I don't know. It's like there is a healthy amount of competition to be had on any team, but it's like if the teammates forget that you're on the same team, you can't like move forward. You can't like be a cohesive unit, and like you lose out on all the synergy that could possibly happen, and like communication breaks down and resentments leak in, and then it's funny. We've been watching like the show Ted Lasso, and early on the team is just like disjointed and they don't really work, and when they really start to like realize that they're teammates and they work as a unit, they start to have success.
That's such a great example. Yeah. And it's similar in relationship, I think. I want to touch on one more thing, which is the way that coming back to this baseline of same team has injected more playfulness into our fights. So when we have a conflict, and I often recommend this to clients as well, like to name the team. Right? So we're Team Love Bomb.
Team Love Bomb.
So our shorthand is either wait, same team, or it can sometimes be, hey, wait a minute, what would Team Love Bomb do here? Right? And just injecting that name already starts to shift the energy because it's like, wait, we're Team Love Bomb. What are we doing? This isn't aligned with that. And so say a word about just how playful our fights tend to be now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a totally different tone. It's like it's like you know, us. We're not like two boxers in the ring coming out like, all right, go,
gotta win.
And now it's like we come in and it's like it's like playful and light. It adds levity to spots where it's like, wait a minute, like why are we getting so serious here? Like we're not serious people. Like we're just. I mean,
I'm deadly serious.
Like
I take umbrage.
And for me, it's like that's always like. Sometimes that's what actually like brings the same team to mind for me. Yeah. If I find myself getting very serious, I'm like, wait. This is not the core of my being. and so that really helps me to be able to just add levity and like some like just play and jokes to the situation, because often it's not that serious of a thing once we take a step back. It's easy to.
And even if it is a really big serious thing, if we take a step back, remember we're on the same team and look at it again from that perspective, it looks way different. We can often find the solution that actually is better than whatever each of us was trying to come up with when we were in opposition. Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It goes back to there's we're greater than the sum of our parts. Both of our geniuses separate can do lots, but together they can do an order of magnitude more. That's
so true. So I invite you to take this on in your relationship. Start from a radical stance of being on the same team. Come up with a team name that makes you giggle. Be willing to be the first. Whoever, it doesn't matter who's the first one to say it, but be willing to start disrupting current argumentative patterns with, hey, wait, same team. Or if we looked at this from the perspective of being on the same team, what would we do? Right? Just start interrupting those patterns with this idea of same team. This has been Relationship Alchemy. I'm Marie Elizabeth Mali.
I'm Patrick Price.
And remember, a great relationship starts with you.